Welcome back again, my model building friends. Boyd here with you, and today we have another out-of-the-box model kit review for you from TrekWorks. Well, we have today for you the Space 1999 Eagle 1 transporter, just released by MPC. As you guys know, MPC has been bought out by Round 2 AMT models, and they are repopping a lot of the old MPC kits from their original product line from back in the 70s and 80s. And this kit's one of them. A lot of us have been waiting for this one for a while. It's got some great artwork on the box here. You can see we've got some pictures from the original television series showing the original studio model in action. These models were done by Gary Anderson, very famous studio miniature artist who did shows like Space 1999 and UFO, which were really popular, produced in Great Britain. And Gary passed away last year, so that's a real shame, but his work will live on for a long time. It's very popular with sci-fi fans, and the Eagle here was one of his more popular designs. You can see we've got some more artwork here on the box showing some details about the model. The model builds out to about 12 inches long, and it does feature a detachable cargo hold. And here are some shots of the Eagle again from the television show. It looked fantastic back at that time, and a lot of us really enjoyed the show. Let's take a look under the lid here, guys. There's no mention of the scale on this one, so we'll just kind of assume that it's unknown. But here we'll take a look at these first parts. You can see we have the engine nozzle assemblies here at the rear. The detail looks to be pretty good on these. This is interesting. This is actually marked Ertl on some of these sprues. But you can see that we have the bulkheads here for the rear parts of the Eagle. And pretty simple and straightforward here. Not a whole lot of parts in this model, guys, as you will see here. Here is one of the landing pods. This model was, or the ship was actually kind of unique, as it kind of had this unique configuration with these 4 landing pods, one on each corner, which sort of doubled as a lifting body, and also a you had your landing gear assembly that was pretty articulated. You could see this nice motion when it landed, and the studio model original was really detailed back in the day. And here you can see another sprue, which is exactly the same. You got one engine nozzle there, and more of the landing pod assembly. Kind of repeats here, so we've got all 4 corners of that. Now I'll mention that the landing leg itself, the foot, doesn't have a lot of detail on that either. It's just basically a peg that sticks up there. Again, mentioning that the original had some nice articulated mechanical work going on there that's not present on the model. Here is the forward section, and this is probably one of the most inaccurate things about this model, as we'll see here, guys. And now remember, this was true of this original model back in the day. You can see that looking at the box art here, that the forward section, the crew cabin here, is quite a bit more elongated than this one. It's this one here is kind of stubby and kind of short. The original was also a little bit more rounded there at the front and everything, and you can see we're a little bit inaccurate here, but it's a fairly good representation of it, and it builds out to a nice model. I built one of these kits way back in the day, and I really liked it, and I'm just glad that they've reproduced it again. It's nice to see it out there. Finding one of these on eBay, as you guys know, has been very expensive the last few years, so at least we'll be able to get these kits cheap again now. I paid a little over $20 for this from Cult TV Man, so it's great to see this back out there again anyway. And here we have the actual cargo box itself, the cargo container, and you can see it just goes together very simply. There's a small little piece that glues onto the top that's actually a little clamp that holds it on to the upper spine section here of the model. This actual spine section is pretty nice. It's actually pretty detailed, and it's nice to see that it's molded all open and that this isn't a solid piece. And so we have some nice individual spars and everything going on here to add some nice detail to the model. And here is the bottom of the cargo container. So pretty straightforward here, guys. Let's take a look at the assembly instructions real quick. And you can see it's pretty straightforward here. There's some talk about this kit actually includes a collectible mini print featuring Alan Carter if it's the Eagle kit, and Catherine Shell as Maya if you buy the Alien Moon Buggy kit. These are randomly autographed. Unfortunately, mine's not autographed, kind of a bummer, but it says 1 out of every 100 is randomly inserted with an autographed print, so maybe you'll get lucky and get an autograph from Nick Tate or Catherine Shell. That'd be pretty cool. And anyway, we have here the forward section here of the transporter itself going together, and then we have the rear section here with the engine nozzles on it, same thing. And up here at the front we've got our crew cabin here, the cockpit area going together and gluing onto that, and then we glue both halves onto our upper spine there, and we finish up here at the back by attaching the landing pods with the gear and the feet, and then finally putting together the cargo container and attaching that. So pretty straightforward on the build here again. Parts count is fairly low on this, so pretty easy to build this one. Now here's something that's obviously different right off the bat, guys. Just like a lot of these repop kits seem to be, they've greatly improved the decal sheets, and this one's no exception. You can see we've got a lot more detail on this than the original. And looking this over, I see one of the really cool things that they've done is they've included this, where the little windows here at the front in the cockpit, they've got these actual little guys in here you can see in their spacesuits. So that's cool, and that's an added detail we didn't have before for sure. And then of course all the individual markings. Some of these may vary depending on which version you build of this. Again, whether it's the there's a rescue version, there's a cargo version, there's like a fighter type version of the cargo container that I remember from the television show. Now here I've got my print. Mine has a little bit of scuffing going on it here and there, but it's pretty cool. And on the back side here it talks about the character of Alan Carter that was played by Nick Tate. I remember him being one of the main characters on the show. He was most often the pilot of the Eagle, and so that was really cool, and it's bringing back a lot of memories to see that again. But this is nice that they included that with it. And the rest of this is just some advertising for some of their other kits and things like that we won't get into. Let me show you the rest of the box here. You can see on the inner side panels here we've got some pictures of the different versions of the Eagle. This particular one is, I believe, like a medical version. It was in all white, and maybe it wasn't the medical version. I can't remember now, it's been so long. But here's some details that show you where a lot of our decal markings go and some of the different details of the model. Here's a nice view forward and a view of the rear section, so you can do some painting and see some of the decal locations. Here's a nice shot from above, which shows some more detail. You can see you can do some nice panel detailing on this and everything and make it look really detailed. So it's definitely got some fun to be had with it, guys. Now here they talk about some of these different cargo containers. You can see here we've got a VIP pod and a rescue pod here. So yeah, there are some differences there, and you can probably do a little bit of research and find out more. They may have even had more versions of the container on the show that aren't shown here, so you could probably find some of that on the internet and do a little bit of research and paint your own version. So this is it for this one, guys. Again, not a whole lot to it. I can't say that I'm overwhelmed, but I'm definitely not disappointed with it either, guys. Like I said, I'm glad to see the kit back. It's been a long time. Like I said, this kit hasn't been around since the late 70s, early 80s. And so now they'll be readily available again. I can build a few of them, maybe in different versions. Like I said, they're fairly affordable. And who knows, maybe we'll see some aftermarket parts. I think I've heard of some aluminum parts that are out there for replacement engine nozzles here at the back. And maybe a few other things. Maybe we'll see a photo etch set for it or something. But it's great to see this one again, guys. So, well, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be building this one a little bit down the line here on the channel for you. And so that'll be a lot of fun. So that's a wrap, guys. I hope you enjoyed it again, and so hopefully you'll pick one of these up and have fun building it. So we're gonna see you later, guys. So until next time, everybody, take care out there, build your models, have fun, and happy modeling, everyone.